everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Mike DeLisio.
Today we're taking a look at a new game called Botswana from 25th century and designed by none other than Rainer Knizia. I believe that Botswana, and I don't know for sure, but I believe it is probably in his top 5 most successful games. It has been published a couple decades ago. It has been called Quandary. It has been called Loco, and a couple other names. The last name it was called was, Botswana, was made by Eagle Griffin Games in their line of, little great games. And it came with little plastic animals. This is essentially the same game. They made one, as far as I can tell, pretty major change. Not really. We'll talk about that in a second. Let me show you how to play it. In each round of the game, you're going to place 5 of each animal in piles like this, and then you're going to shuffle a deck that has all the cards matching animals with numbers from 0 to 5. One person goes first, and on that person's turn, they will place a card in front of an animal, and then they can take any animal. They could take a lion, but they could also take a hippo and put it in front of themselves. This is the current value of that animal, but later on, someone else might play another card on top of it, which would change the value to that. And so cards are going to be played in front of these. And when someone plays the 6th card in front of an animal, the round instantly ends. So let's say, for example, the round ended and these cards were out like this. And I had some animals in front of me. I have 3 giraffes. They're 3 points each. That's 9. 1 elephant, 1 point, and a hippo, not worth anything at all. Everyone keeps track of their score, and then you start with the person who would have gone next. That's their turn, and you're going to play another round. And so you're going to play out all these different rounds, kind of the same way, and at the end of the game, whoever has the most points is the winner. Okay, so I mentioned at the beginning that there was a rule change, and it's not a major rule, but it's something that people kind of did anyway. As far as I can tell, most of the versions of this I've ever played were equivalent of 1 round of this game. You just played it, and whoever had the highest score won. So be it. Multiple rounds is like playing 3 games in a row. You played a number of games, equal number of players, which I don't think is a good idea, by the way. I think you should play 3 rounds regardless of number of players. If you have 5 players, I don't want to play 5 rounds.
Yeah, I agree. The last version of this I played was a Japanese edition, and it was 3 rounds. That has always felt best for me, no matter what the player count.
Yeah, but I've definitely played ones where you just played a game of it.
Yeah.
It was done. You scored. It doesn't really matter because the game is that light. It is a game that many other games have copied or paid homage to. I mean, even Chris's game, the
Soda
Jerk has some, it's some of the roots of it are a little bit from this to some degree. I like that this is almost a mechanism in a box.
That I was getting ready to say the exact same thing. This is a game that is almost a mechanism, but that mechanism is remarkably good. It's one of those games where I'm still introducing new people to this game now, even though, as you mentioned in the kind of the intro, that it's been published so many different times and so many different names. I'm still finding people that have not played it, and usually when you explain the game for the first time, they're like, that's it, and they fail to see how there's going to be a game in there, and then within 2, 3, 4 turns, the light bulbs start clicking, and there's like, all the implications that are involved in that one mechanism kind of become apparent.
Yeah, I also introduced it to a bunch of new people who had never played the original one, and it's that same thing, right? Everyone's like, it sounds okay. Then you play it, and people go, wow, there's something more here. And like I said, a lot of games that build on this, big complex games, follow the same idea of, I am building things, and then I want to control those things and change the price. It's a stock market game, really. Mm-hmm. But it's bared down to its This is where I think Dr. Knizia shines in this preciseness of the design of this game. We say it's one mechanism, but it's a really good one. It doesn't overstay its welcome.
Yeah, and it also leads to this great feeling of a game of chicken as you get towards the end of a particular round where, you're holding on to certain cards and you're wondering, when do I want to play this card? It becomes agonizing at a particular point. And that to me is the best part of this game, is that the rules are barely there, but that when you are playing those cards, it almost is like, I'm going to play it. I'm going to do it. And you hope that you get away with it. Someone might come in and kind of snipe, change a value at the last second. And that to me is what makes up a great filler. And that's what this is. This is 100% a filler game. It's super fast, almost no rules, but it's almost perfect at what it does.
I also want to say kudos to 25th Century. I was very partial to my little plastic toy animals in the last set from Eagle Griffin. But these wooden animals are fantastic. But even more than that, more importantly than that, the art on the cards is just top notch here. Weberson Santiago, who is completely underused in the industry, and he's one of the best artists out there, I think.
Yeah, and that was going to be really the only other thing to really talk about, is because it's been produced so many times, is this production, and it is stellar. I mentioned the Japanese edition of the game that I had, and I thought, I never need another copy of this. And then this came along, and I'm like, you know what? This is fantastic. The screen printed meeples, the art, even they included meerkats, I think, for the first time. I don't think I've played an edition of this with meerkats, and I like that as well. No, this is just stellar. It's a stellar production all the way around for a stellar game.
Now, my rating might sound low for that because I'm giving it an 8. I think it's a very solid game. The reason I don't give it higher is because it is a filler. It would never be the only game I played. It's the one I play to warm up, to play other games, or a great closer night. I kind of wish there was a way to make it go to 6 players. I don't think the math works out. But still, I almost only ever played as a 4 and 5 because of how it's one of those games you got 4 or 5 people sitting around, you go, guys, we got 10 minutes. Here's a 10-minute game. But I do enjoy this one a lot. 8 out of 10.
I understand your reasoning there because it is a filler, but I look at it as maybe the best filler ever made. It's almost perfect. I'm giving it a 9.5 because within the context of the type of game it is, I'm just trying to think of one that does it better, that plays in this time period, that gives you those agonizing decisions that you could play with anybody. Anybody can play this game. I think if you could play Uno, you can play this game.
Yeah.
And so for that reason, to me, it's almost the best filler there is, 9.5.
Well, there you go, folks. That's Botswana. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Mike Delisio.
We're going on safari. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.